kind of liked it. I think it was like in a way like benefit at least. Like
Did you say
Griffel,
mutual?
I
Yeah,
mean, he
my bad.
plugged in Fryermuth like immediately.
Yeah, he's gonna be
Um,
probably his tight end for the rest of the year.
I, yeah, I mean, like I got what I wanted. I mean, I don't know exactly what he wanted, but I mean, he accepted it. So
What do you think is the difference
I think
between
it'll work
Zeke
out.
and J
Hopefully,
Rob?
huh?
You think you got to upgrade at running back? What's
Oh,
the difference
the
between
passing
Zeke and
game, I
J
guess.
Rob to you? Yeah, more passing
J-Rob's
work.
actually good.
I guess the passing game.
It's a fat little shit.
Um, I don't know, man. I think
Zeke
he,
can die in a fucking hole.
I think he's pretty good, man. I just think the Cowboys are there's not a lot of pie to go around, if you know what I mean.
Ooh,
I mean, how many years is he going to be pretty good? And then
Well, yeah,
I mean, he's gonna
and I
get the
don't know
goal
if
line work,
I
and
don't know if I could have like pulled off the trade without Zeke or someone else.
yeah, but I don't. I mean, clearly you made the trade to try and upgrade at running back, right?
There a
Because
woman in here now?
if you just wanted a flex, you could have traded Pat for Julio, you know? I just feel like you
Yeah,
would like to start J-Rob more than Zeke. But what do I know?
yeah.
I better not have heard a woman's voice. I'm gonna be real misogynistic in a minute.
you did hear a woman's voice. Don't be misogynistic, please.
Oh my God. Is it Alex Smith?
Alex, say hi.
What? Hi.
No, I can't be a super misogynist right now.
That's funny.
New guest in the podcast.
Hayden, do you want to take the lead for tonight?
Yeah, sure. I don't give a shit.
All right.
I've
Under
been
the
recording
influence.
for a while, but we weren't really doing anything, so that's kind of funny. Let's look at the trades. Anyone can jump in if they
Hey,
want.
Jose,
Nick,
do you want to do
you're cutting
waivers?
out mad hard. I don't know why. Is Nick cutting out for y'all too?
Yeah.
Let me turn off my Wi-Fi.
You're good. Just like every other word, I hear half of it instead of the whole
Okay,
word.
how is that? Is that better?
You're cutting out for me too, Hayden. So
Really?
like a everyone thing or
Y'all
what?
are super clear on my end. How am I now?
You sound better for me right now, Nick.
Cool.
No, Nick is horrible.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. I hear Nick Crystal right now.
He's pretty clear.
I switched off the Wi-Fi to cellular.
Ooh, Alex got the bad Wi-Fi.
No, I'm
Nick is
not even
better
on
now.
Wi-Fi.
Well, that explains it, bro. The data. The 5G's melting your
No, I got
phone.
unlimited.
Unlimited. Okay,
How
okay.
about
Let's cover the
how about
trades. Let's cover the trades that happened.
okay. So have we had two since we last chatted?
And the
Eh?
big Nick or big Logan trade. Logan and Griff trade, right?
Have we? All right, so let's go back to the Logan and Griff trade. I know you texted about it and talked to me about it, but you thought Logan finessed, didn't you?
Fuck, dude. My microphone.
I
Oh my.
think so.
Okay, so we got Alex and Griff trade. That's recent. Noah and Freeman trade. Yeah, and then Griff and Logan trade. So it's
Yeah.
Logan got Kyle Pitts, Kamara, and Cortland Sutton, and he gave up Jacoby Myers, Deontay Johnson, Joe Mixon, not Joel Mixon, and Cole Kmet. So he probably downgraded at running back, like going from Mixon to Kamara. Logan
Yeah.
did. Definitely upgraded at wide receiver. Cortland Sutton, a lot better than Deontay Johnson. I don't think
I,
anyone would dispute that.
I don't know.
Really?
If Jerry Judy's healthy, they're equal. Without Jerry Judy,
No.
I don't know.
I don't think they're equal at all. I think the
I,
target volume is going to be there for Court, regardless of Jerry Jeudy being there, and I think the touchdown
are we
upside is going to get there.
are we panicking on Kyle Pitts? Do we think Kyle Pitts sucks now?
I think the Falcons suck. That's for
Drake
sure.
London, though.
Yeah, Drake London's pretty good. Marcus Mariota's not very good. I don't know. I think Kyle Pitts should be good, but he hasn't been. There's always the risk that like bad teams don't figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But you thought that Logan came out on the better end of that deal.
Yeah, I thought Kamara, Court, and then Deontay and Mixon kind of washes out equivalently.
Yeah.
Like downgraded running back. I thought it was a pretty big jump at wide receiver. Apparently I'm wrong though. And then he got so if those wash out, then it's Kyle Pitts for Cole Kmet and Jacoby Myers. And I think if it was just Kyle Pitts for that, everyone would say that's bad.
Yeah,
But apparently I'm wrong about Cortland Sutton, so we'll see.
we will see. Anyways, that's last week's news, right? Hey,
Yeah, that's old news. That's old news. We got
earlier this week we had the Amari Cooper, Jahan Dotson for Travis Etienne and Brandon Ayuk.
yes.
Personally, I like the Travis Etienne and Brandon Ayuk side much more than the Amari Cooper, Jahan Dotson side. Personally,
I get that. I think it's always better to receive like the good running back in a deal than especially if you're not getting back a clearly elite wide receiver.
yeah. Honestly, I view Brandon Ayuk and Amari Cooper almost on the same tier.
I'm kind of with you on that.
And then
I don't want to start either of them, but I'm with you.
personally, I would rather have Travis Etienne stashed on my bench than a Jahan Dotson type, where at best he is like
A wide receiver 3.
wide receiver 3 split between like McLaurin, Samuel, and him are all going to have their weeks, but like you can't trust one guy to be the alpha. In that.
Oh no. I mean like at best he's a wide receiver
Oh.
36 to 24.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I mean,
I just meant
yeah. I think if
he's
you're
not-
flexing him, that's fine, but the bench depth at the running back is probably more valuable. I'm with it.
yeah.
And you gotta
Alright.
think that ETN will get more involved throughout the year. But
Of the-
I've seen a lot of fantasy analysts like panic button on ETN, panic button. This is not good. He's getting super out touched, out snapped, whatever.
Yeah.
And then we got Pat and Zeke for J Rob and Jacoby Myers. What'd you think of this
I
one,
like
Nick?
Myers, but the thing is, people don't seem to value him
I'm with you. I had him last year. No one
at
wanted
the
him.
that he has. People don't tend to value him as a wide receiver 3. They tend to value him as a wide receiver 4. Which, if you value him as a wide receiver 4, so that's in like the 36 to 44 range, it looks a lot worse, in my opinion.
I think, yeah, Jacoby Myers is like a great flex option on a bye week, whatever. He'll get you 12 points at a minimum.
Yeah.
And depending on the game script, whatever, he could get you like 10 targets and what, like 18 points? What do you have this week?
He had 9 for 95, so yeah, 18 and a half.
And that was basically for Pat Fryermuth, who Alex is probably never going to start because he has Kelsey.
The James Robinson Zeke swap, it's 2 running backs that are capped by having another running back, one in Pollard, who is definitely more talented than Zeke at this point in their careers. And then you have ETN, who's going to take some of the passing down work. Robinson has scored a lot of touchdowns so far, which
Yeah.
kind of
And the Jags, they've been playing good, man. I don't know. They're weird. It's always weird to see like an ascending team at the beginning of the year because it might just be like we could come back in 8 weeks and be like, oh, the Jags are 2-6 and they played shitty teams to start the year. You know?
So, quick question: where's James Robinson in your head in terms of like tiers? Like, what other comparable player would you have him as? Yeah.
Honestly, so I was looking at this earlier because I was trying to acquire James Robinson to maybe get a Pat Fryermuth from Alex. And I looked at Fantasy Pros and I was blown away at where they had him. He's like their running back 18 or some shit.
Yeah.
And I guess given the production and the touches, it makes sense, but where is he? He's a RB21 on there. To me, damn, he's rated above Zeke on here. I would have classed him in the same categories like Antonio Gibson, Devin Singletary, like down there.
Okay.
But he's been getting like 20 touches, so.
Yeah.
And given that is a very positive game script, which I don't think the Jags will have that often, but
Yeah. Zeke, he both games he received starting running back touches and had 5 points in both of the games. Like a lot of starting running backs get around about 5 touches per game, or 15, I mean.
yeah. Zeke has been doing this weird dance for a couple of years now where he's like, doesn't look good, he doesn't produce, but he keeps just getting the work.
Yeah.
And you have to assume that at some point the Cowboys will say, maybe we should give it to this guy behind him. But
Who is incredibly explosive and is cheap. Like, I don't know.
right, they just paid Zeke, and I don't even, Jerry Jones, man. I couldn't tell you what he's thinking.
And then I don't think there were many real notable waiver wire pickups. I mean, there wasn't a lot on the waivers. I mean,
Yeah, this
Raheem
was kind of a down waiver week.
good, I guess. I was kind of surprised that Logan went with Stafford over Tua, but I guess that's me
he have-
getting caught up.
Did he
Fancy
have a better
buy.
claim?
Um,
He did. Oh no, Matt had a better claim than him, so I guess Matt could have went Tua over Stafford and stole
yeah,
him.
for sure.
Yeah, I got Tua.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt had a better claim than him, so he probably just stole him.
Both of those guys, you can feel fine with starting every week. It's
I think Tua plays the Bills this week though, so might not be a great place to start him.
it's scarier, but he's gonna have to throw the ball because the Bills are gonna put up points. So
And
that's
Stafford plays the Cardinals, so
both of those good spots. Honestly, I mean they're both gonna throw. All right. Do you want to look at last week or this past week's?
Yeah, let's go last week.
We had a bunch of blowouts this week. I feel like.
Yeah.
Like,
how do I navigate? There we go.
well, like I was just looking. We had one game that was within 20 points, and everything else was like 40 or 50 plus.
Yeah, man. And the theme of the wide receivers dominating lived on. I think is Aaron Jones the running back one? Aaron Jones might have been the running back one on the week, and he had a great game, but yeah, he was the RB1.
Yeah.
I mean, generally someone with like 35 or something will be the RB1.
I don't know if I don't think Noah's in this call right now, but his strategy to go 0 on RB right now is looking very nice.
When all the running backs suck, the RB0 team is king, man.
Yeah. See how that develops. Do you want to go through games or what?
Yeah, sure. We'll start with mine, just because I'm at the top.
Okay.
I kicked
Pretty
the shit out of Matt. Sorry,
Yeah.
Matt. The Denver offense continues to struggle. Russell Wilson was a dud. Derrick Henry, I called it. He had this. If this was going to be a game for him to have 8 points, it was going to be this week.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you picked yourself. I'm pretty sure I picked you in that game.
Yeah, I did have me winning over Matt.
I also
had
had
that one.
So we were both right on that one. That's good from last week.
Debo hasn't really gotten going in the same way that he was last year, which is something to note.
The two players I want to talk about from this game are Debo on your team and then Darrell Henderson. Or Darrell on your
flip him around.
Debo. Yeah. How do you feel about Darrell right now? Are you a little worried that Cam is getting those touches? What are your thoughts?
I think it's like a 50-50 split. I've seen a decent amount of like content about it, and the split was like right down the middle touch-wise, with Darrell getting the most important stuff and Cam getting the between the 20s work and looking good doing it. At this point, I don't think I'm going to start Darrell unless Cam gets injured, but they're both pretty injury prone, so definitely worth holding on to Darrell.
Second question about these two teams in these two games. Do you think Debo gets a bump with Jimmy Garoppolo, or do you think his value is...
He's got to get a bump with Jimmy, man.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking, too, because, I mean, there's just more rushes available.
Yeah. I mean,
more rush and a better passing quarterback, in my opinion.
Same thing with Ayuk. You got a more steady presence. He's going to move the ball up and down the field more. And actually get the ball to his playmakers.
Good. You want to have good bench. Clyde Edwards.
Juju's scary, bro. With Kansas City, it's now evident that, like, yep, it's going to be a different guy every week, I feel like. So
Clyde scored another touchdown, didn't he?
Yeah.
Did he?
I think it was like a breakaway run right at the end.
Top 5 running back on the season, Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Yeah,
Matt
but I mean,
dropped Renfro actually. By the way, I got a claim out on him. Hopefully, I grab him.
well, like I was purposely not bringing that up.
Oh,
I was hoping that my 11 waiver claim would be able to get him, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
well, blew up the spot for show.
I had a waiver claim on him, so it wasn't gonna fucking happen. Anyways,
Sorry.
all right.
Cole Kmet is gone. The Bears are shitheads and they suck at football.
Yeah, he had 0 points, and
Again.
Moon also benched for the foreseeable future. And I'm not trading him because I would get piss and shit for him right
You're
now.
right. He's a waiver player, basically.
All right. Well, I guess we'll look at my team since we're gonna do our teams first, and then we'll go to other people's.
Sure.
I have 3.
You got 3 what?
I have 3 good players.
Hey, apparently that's all it takes to win right now.
4 if you count Dalvin.
Dalvin, I've been playing like it, man.
Yeah. Anyways, this is another big blowout. James's first game without his Lord and Savior, Dak Prescott. But I've heard rumors he's in love with Carson Wentz.
That's believable. That
The
murdering seems just like fucking James, man.
The bird murdering, gay hating quarterback he's in love with.
I didn't know that. That's funny.
Anyways, Chris McCaffrey off to a mid start. Mid is what we could call that.
Yeah, he's still getting the work. You figure he'll figure it out, you know?
Yeah. This is something I've talked to James both weeks on. I know this is a little bit inside the NFL. His decision to keep both of the Jets running backs is interesting to me.
Right, because it's a split.
It's a split. It's not like one's a handcuff. It's a split.
Yeah.
So I don't. What are your thoughts on that? On him saying he's going to keep both? Because I texted him about it and he said he wants to keep both. It's not like I haven't tried to trade them. He doesn't really want to trade or move one of them.
I mean, I'm sure he's hoping that Breece Hall down the end of the stretch of the season will take over and get like 70% of the work, and then Michael Carter will be a handcuff. But Michael Carter's look good. So is Breece Hall too. But I mean,
yeah, the Jets are at 500 right now. They're good.
If it stays a split, this decision might be kind of rough. Garrett Wilson, 30 points on his bench. Started Mecole Hardman over him. That's kind of a bad look.
Yeah, he might have. Ooh, would he have won? It would have been closer.
Nah, he wouldn't have won.
Yeah, it would have been real close though. My team.
Tony Pollard had 19. What the hell?
Yeah, he had like a 50-yard touchdown run or something crazy.
Nice.
Weird. I don't love it. We're still working through some things. You know, we're still coaching them up, trying to get them to play as a cohesive unit. No bullshit hero ball. You know, we need to figure it out. But
it's hard to lose when Lamar goes for 50, man.
What was that?
It's hard to lose when Lamar goes for nearly 50.
It is. But he lost his game. I won mine. He lost his.
I love Mike Williams, man. I just love like the style of play he has, where he just like he never like cooks anybody and is like 3 steps ahead of him, streaking for a touchdown. They're always like so close to catching the ball, and Mike Williams just says, "Nope, give me that."
He's a big man.
He's a fucking beast. I love that man.
All right, let's look at
Dalvin Cook for Aaron Jones.
Don't tempt me right now.
Aaron Jones is good, man.
And Griff's game.
I got you.
Blowout. Griff falls to 0-2. Freeman climbs to 2-0.
Austin Eckler with the scary performance. I remember that. He had like 6 for like the whole damn game.
Freeman was about to kill himself off of Austin Eckler not getting every touch in the first half, which is I don't know if he's still here, but I don't know how he feels about Mr. Eckler now.
He's scary, but not as scary as Kyler.
Would you rather have Aaron Jones or Austin Eckler, Logan?
Come back to me on that.
It's a decent question. I couldn't answer it myself, honestly.
He's got to he's got to consult his stats real quick.
Bro, the Raiders threw that game versus the Cardinals. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Kyler
Kyler
was
0 points at halftime. He had
yeah.
0.
That's funny. That's what like Joe Burrow did against Pittsburgh week 1. He had like 3 picks. He might have been negative at halftime.
So look at both of these teams. Griff had more points on his bench again than his starters. And
Drake London. It's hard to start Drake London over DK Metcalf though.
Drake
I don't
Curtis
like DK, man. I hate
fired.
DK.
all
Drake
three,
London looks like a beast though. Sorry.
all three of his bench wide receivers outscored his starting wide receivers.
That's pretty crazy. Michael Thomas looks good too. He's back.
Yeah, he does. He's with Jameis, you're gonna get some risky balls that are like, all right, it's gonna be 50-50. If Michael Thomas can come down with those balls, good fantasy week.
Huge game possibility. Yeah. Kadarius
Yeah.
Toney still chilling on the bench. Chilling on the bench in IRL too.
Yeah. Freeman's team is 2-0. Not to shit on his team, he might be the weakest 2-0 team that we have.
Yeah, I gotta say so too, man. No offense. Like
Nope.
the
At all.
running backs have been underwhelming, and the wide receivers, when you look at them, they're pretty mid. But Jalen Waddle
You-
fucking balled out for sure.
You can only play who you play, and he's won the games he's won so far.
He had a great
But-
game this week too.
His team doesn't scare me as much as a couple of the other 2-0 teams.
Definitely.
Hey, I can confidently say that out of all the years that we played, I hate this team the most.
Like
And it's all-
flexing Robbie Anderson here is just it's gross, you know?
That's why I made the trade. I needed some wide receiver help and
Sure.
got a little bit more.
I had Griff over Freeman originally, but then I went back and actually switched it to Freeman after Griff made the trade. So
I picked Griff, and I didn't change it after the trade, but yeah.
I'm 3-0. I had you beating James as well. 3-0 on the predictions on the week.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm obviously going to pick myself, but
Yeah.
Respectfully, keep shitting on my team, please, because I mean, we're helping.
Darren Waller at 17? I didn't think Darren Waller had that good of a game.
well, Devontae had like 3 catches or some crazy shit.
Yeah, he had 50 yards and a touchdown, 6 catches. That's not a bad week.
Not at all.
I remember hearing people like complaining about him. Nah, that's like a really good week for a tight end, honestly. I think he was
Yeah.
like the tight end 3 or some shit. Let's go to Brian and Logan Chamberlain. The scoring so low.
Yeah, this was the grinded out matchup of the week. Neither of them had a single guy score over 20 points.
Tom Brady has been shit duty burger this year, man.
Has
So
been.
gross. Najee's
Bird-
been gross. He got the targets this game.
Yeah.
Would you still
mean-
rather have DeAndre Swift or would you rather have Saquon or DeAndre Swift at this point after seeing this gross game from Saquon?
I think probably Saquon, because in a gross game, he still had 12 points.
Right. I don't know. I just see how explosive DeAndre is on literally like 10 touches, and
Yeah.
I think I want that guy on my team. Who
What
did
do
they-
we think about David Montgomery scoring almost 16 points in a game where his quarterback threw 11 times?
Montgomery's a good player, man. And apparently the rumors of Khalil Herbert's ascension were greatly exaggerated.
Yes, for sure.
He been doing this, and I think his schedule this upcoming weeks are like butter. I think he plays the Texans next week, and then he plays another shitty team after that. Yeah, Texans, Giants, Minnesota. I would expect him to keep it up, honestly.
Yeah. So Brian's team is 2-0. And I know he didn't score a lot, but his team still scares me.
Yeah, if once Tom
Just-
Brady's weapons get healthy, you assume he's gonna be good. Michael
Just
Pittman
in-
was hurt too.
It's very like structurally sound. Like he doesn't have many holes really. He just has to have.
Honestly, yeah, I would bench Marquise Brown too for Rashad Bateman at this point. The Cardinals look bad.
So you'd play Dylan over
I would
Brown.
play Bateman and
Yeah.
Dillon over Marquise Brown. Yeah.
That's fair.
even
I
with
like
Michael
Mark.
Pittman out.
I like Marcus Brown, honestly.
I don't like the Cardinals at all. J.K. Dobbins practicing full today too.
It's
Might be
big.
coming back soon.
Logan's got a good stock of running backs. He's just got to figure out his quarterback spot, which I guess he's rolling with Stafford, and he's 0-2, but his team's the
Yeah.
scariest.
No Kamara this week. It was a rough week. Trey Lance went down in the middle of the game. If he stays up, there's no telling who wins this one for
The
sure.
They crack double digits, which you're not going to see very often.
Yeah, it was a rough week for Logan. He probably wins most weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a question for the chat. Would you rather have Irv Smith Jr. or Julio Jones? Because Logan does not want Irv for Julio trade. I don't know if we have Julio haters.
Julio.
Julio? There's a Julio.
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 I think it's got to be Julio.
Okay. I'm not crazy. Thank y'all.
Pitts as your starter.
Right. And that would lead you to believe that he doesn't trust Kyle Pitts, so he would want to kind of give away Kyle Pitts on a little bit of the low because he likes Irv, evidently. But no, I couldn't get Kyle Pitts either. So
That's strange to me. I think that's a Logan trying to make sure he wins every trade versus make a trade that gives him more value on his bench. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
sure.
Especially when your best wide receiver on your bench right now is Elijah Moore, who hasn't looked good.
Right. That's all right. I can't blame the man for running the team how he wants to run it.
I know Logan complained the other week because we said his team was like sixth. His team looks okay.
Yeah, they're shaping up. His running backs. He's got a very clear kind of weakness at RB2. And now his quarterback, he's a question mark.
Yeah.
I don't know. Stafford's really good for having a waiver wire quarterback, though.
Yeah, that is crazy. That Stafford and Tua are both out there still, and guys like Jameis and who else was on people's teams? They were better quarterback. I don't know. Anyways, I don't want to get on my quarterback talk because I will
Drop Jameis.
What was I thinking?
Yeah, add Jameis on your team.
Logan hates Jalen Hurts, which is really funny.
Well, Jalen Hurts is a top 4 quarterback in the NFL right now.
Every time Jalen Hurts vultures a touchdown, Logan shits his pants.
Jalen Hurts legitimately might be like a top 10 athlete in the NFL.
He's freaky out there. He gets freaky in the open field. Did y'all see that video?
Oh,
The official NFL Instagram account posted a video of Jalen Hurts getting interviewed, and the guy was like, "What do you like to do in the open field?" He's like, "I like to get freaky out there in the open field."
okay.
Go to NFL Instagram. It's really funny. And then it shows like Jalen Hurts juking people out and shit.
He likes to get freaky in the open field. All right, you want to look at Noah's match? Noah and Keaton. I don't know if we should even talk about Keaton's team right now in that matchup. It's a big blowout. The next 2 games.
Props to Noah. Props to Noah. If we were repower ranking it, I think Noah would be number 1. Especially after getting ETN in this team.
How long can we let him get away with not having a running back that is good?
If none of the running backs are going to be good on the year, then Justin Jefferson and Tyreek Hill, Mark Andrews are going to win in the league, you know? That's just the way it is.
Yeah, and also he has top 5 quarterback, 2 top 10 wide receivers, a top 2 tight end, and then probably the best flex in the league.
It's up there. I don't know if it's the best. I would take like Cortland Sutton over him.
Yeah, but it's tight.
Damn. He didn't even have a touchdown week 1. He just had 117 yards.
You wouldn't take Amon-Ra as the best flex?
Yeah, that's true.
But CeeDee Lamb's your flex, not Amon-Ra. You got to reorder that.
I would still take Michael's flexes over him, probably. I forgot about Michael's wide receiver core, which is really good.
How about Amon-Ra, dude? That guy.
CD over Kirk?
It's close.
It's definitely close.
The Jags have looked good. If the Jags keep it up for the season, I would honestly take Christian Kirk just because they don't have a question mark at quarterback.
How good is CD? How good is he?
We think he's going to be like a top 15 wide receiver talent-wise, but we've only ever
How-
seen him in limited fashion.
Yeah. Anyways, Keaton's team, I really liked it after week 1. He scored a lot of points. Kind of fell back down to earth in week 2. He did have some injuries and some struggles with some guys. Jonathan-
Mahomes, kind of bad week given the matchup. JT
Yeah.
shit the bed, dude. That 7 points against the Jags.
I mean, it was the Colts. I don't know if that Colts team, how good they're going to be, but
They
that
look
was
bad.
It looked really bad.
They look really bad.
Dalton Schultz got a little
Got
banged
hurt.
up.
He's got a great backup. I would love to start Tyler Higbee right now. I was sad when I saw that he was rostered already.
Yeah, I tried to pick him up week 1 after week 1, and he was taken.
He's getting the targets. Mike Evans against Lattimore. Honestly, you want to bench him against Lattimore, which is sad
Oh,
because he's like a
I mean,
high-end wide receiver 2 when he's not
honestly,
playing against him.
you don't want to bench him because of the matchup. You want to bench him because he's going to try and fight someone after dealing with hate that guy.
I love Mike. He's never changed. He was like that in college too.
Yeah.
Rashad Penny, almost droppable. Indeed.
Yeah.
Robert Woods, probably droppable. Greg
He-
Dortch, though. He's pretty good.
Greg Dortch he's Dorchin.
Hell yeah. That's such a cool name.
So Rondale Moore is on Noah's team. I'm wondering how much that Greg Dortch role will go to Rondale Moore once Mr. Rondale's back.
I saw someone talk about Greg Dortch, and they said, like, if Rondale Moore was producing like Greg Dortch, people would be shitting their pants.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. And it's like, just get Greg Dortch.
But his name is Greg Dortch, so it's like, do I want a Greg Dortch on my team?
Yeah, the more I look at Noah's team before the trade was definitely a win for him. Like, he's never starting Jahan Dotson, you know?
Yeah, not with those wide receivers. He's not.
And then, yeah, rough week for Keaton. Can't win them all. Rock back.
No.
And then Michael versus Alex.
The
Holy
big
shit. Alex got doubled up.
Yeah.
You know,
I
the stack was good last week. The stack was bad this week. I think you're going to lose almost every time that stack is bad. So,
I mentioned whenever we were power ranking teams, I was worried about Alex's running backs. Which, I mean, I guess most people's running backs are bad right now, but those guys didn't get it done. And whenever you're relying on your wide receivers, and they also don't produce,
Travis Kelce was bad in that Chiefs-Cardinals matchup, too. Or Chargers.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, I'm not worried about Alex's team.
Yeah,
He's
it's solid. Like, the ceiling isn't crazy, but the floor is still pretty solid.
And he just got James Robinson.
Who's probably a
plug
better start than Zeke at this point. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the Raiders were bad too, dude.
Yeah. Josh Jacobs is a weird guy.
If your team does bad and Josh Jacobs is on your team, he's not going to score a touchdown. So
Michael might be the best drafter in the league.
I don't know. I think we're just looking at the RB0 year, man. And he just got lucky on Amon-Ra.
I don't think that's luck, though.
I mean, what do you call it? It's a someone has to draft him. You're gonna look at whoever drafts him and be like, "Yep, that's the best drafter," because he.
The thing is, though, he took him way higher than what he was ranked at. Like, on most rankings at all. He took him 42 overall. I had Amon-Ra in the 50s.
Round 4.
So he reached, hit that guy, and he's producing.
I don't think it's that big of a reach. The only guy I would have taken, the only wide receiver I would have taken before him, I would have taken Brandon Cooks and Jalen Waddle before him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What we're seeing so far.
Great pick. I don't think it makes you a guru, though, Michael. Sorry.
The thing is, though, Michael has been competitive most years without making any trades and making.
It's pretty funny, dude. Michael's a damn hermit.
And he's been very competitive almost every year.
Michael's teams always have like this no depth either. He does have some nice rookies on his team, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Michael got the funny fantasy football mindset.
The last thing to say about this previous week is that it was a week of like 3 or 4 guys carrying teams, and
Yeah.
if you did 3 or 4 guys that blew up, you lost.
If you didn't have a fantasy hero, you were a fantasy loser. For
Like
sure.
I would say, people that won their matchup had one guy score 35 plus, 40 plus.
Also at this point, I think TJ Hawkinson is like a waiver wire tight end. Maybe a little better, but definitely not what you drafted him for.
Doesn't feel good about where they drafted him because I bet he was drafted similarly to like
Dallas Goedert at least.
he was drafted 66. So yeah, it's not where you want your guy to struggle with production.
Okay. On to week 3.
Week 3. So what? I went 2 and
Oh shit.
4.
Let me go
My
back.
I lost. The only ones I won were betting on me and you.
You bet against me?
No, I bet on me, and I bet
Oh.
on my,
The only
I bet
ones
on
you
me,
won.
and the rest of them I lost. I picked the other side on all of them.
I picked Logan to win, so that was a loss. I picked Keaton to beat Noah, that was a loss. And I bet Alex to beat Michael. I had no faith in the DRB. I've been converted. Y'all win.
Burden. We're all going 0B next year. They'll
Fuck
Dalvin Cook.
JT. I'm picking him in the 3rd.
Yeah. All right. You want to look at next week
Yeah.
real quick? Let me get to real quick. What week am I in? Shit. I'm gonna. I think play Griff.
Yeah, you
I
are.
do. You're gonna go to your matchup first.
Sure.
Okay, box score. What's the projections look like? I know they don't matter, but
I think I'm losing on the projections. Yeah.
you are.
They only got Aaron Jones scoring 14 points, I think.
You're playing the natural born Kylers.
That's a pretty good name, by the way.
Yeah. Is that a race thing?
NBK?
What?
Natural Born Killer.
Yeah, what is that?
It's like I don't know, I've heard it before. It's like a nickname people have.
It's just a saying.
Yeah.
It's a movie. There's a movie.
Apparently, there's a movie. I just thought it was a saying.
Natural Born Killers or something.
Honestly,
Is that what it's?
none of my players had any good names, so I just went with that.
That's fair.
Okay, wait. I was watching this guy and he said someone asked if like for a good fantasy football name and he said Albanian Tomlinson and I was laughing out loud.
That's stupid. And then if you get like a Photoshop picture of LaDainian Tomlinson, you make him look Middle Eastern. That'd be sick.
Like wearing a fez or some shit.
Narc's like European. Where's Albania? Like,
Albania is like a
that and it's like Eastern European.
I'm looking it up. No, I think it's
Pretty
like in the Caucasus Mountains. No, it's in the Balkans. What the hell? I'm an idiot.
The Cox?
Nah, it's by like Yugoslavia.
Yeah,
That's
Eastern
Serbia.
Europe.
That's fair. Yeah, Southern Eastern.
Former Soviet Union, probably.
Nah, it was Yugoslav.
You're a Yugoslav.
What's the
Anyways,
difference though, right?
we get
Okay,
off.
way off track. Jalen Hurts versus Washington. That's a yummy
Oh,
matchup. Kyler
fucking
versus the Rams. That's pretty scary,
Ugh.
honestly.
Gross.
The Rams have been kind of bad though. We'll see
Eckler
if
versus
they
Jacksonville.
sober up.
Jonathan Taylor gets shitted on against Jacksonville.
Damn, you're right. Fantasy is still doubting the Jacksonville defense though.
They are.
Swifty versus Minnesota.
Well, honestly,
You say what?
I would say your running backs are about equal.
Yeah, I would say so.
And then
T.
that
Higgins
wide
versus the Jets. That should be yummy. The Jets have been putting up points, throwing the ball. Waddle versus Buffalo.
I'm leaning towards Hayden's side just off the quarterback. I think that Jalen Hurts is going to go crazy against Washington. Like 40 points.
Oh, Carson Wentz revenge game versus the Eagles too. That'll be funny.
Yeah. I don't know if Carson Wentz knows what revenge is.
He dreams of it. He thinks a lot about revenge. He wants to kill Howie Roseman, I'm sure. And damn Doug Peterson. Hopefully Gabe Davis comes back. If Gabe Davis comes back, I'm winning. That's my stipulation. I got me winning though. On to the next one. You versus Griff. You got the number one quarterback and wide receiver. Damn. Hello? Nick, you there? Shit. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Damn, Nick just pieced out, I guess. That's pretty fucking funny, dude. All right. I'm gonna just go into Nick's shit. I don't care.
Hey, talk to me nice though.
Okay. So I got Lamar versus New England and Derek Carr versus Tennessee. That's a gross matchup. The Raiders versus the Titans. Definitely going Lamar in that one. My name is Jeff versus Denver. Javante versus my name is Jeff. That's fun.
They're facing each other.
Uh-huh. That's kind of a wash. Diggs and Michael Thomas. Gotta go Diggs. Got Mike Williams facing Jacksonville. That's yummy, yummy. He's only projected 13 points. That's some bullshit, especially if Keenan misses. Dawson Knox versus Miami. That's kind of bad. I'd rather have Pat Fryermuth. And then Drake London versus Seattle. I don't like playing Cordero Patterson at this point. I liked him last week. I don't like him anymore. He's kind of yucky. I think I'm still going to go Nick just because I really like the upside of Stephon Diggs in the Miami matchup. Should be fun. I think Mike Williams is going to ball out. And I think Dalvin Cook finally has a blow-up game against Detroit. They've had a pretty bad defense so far. Gotta go Nick. Sorry, Griff. The losing skid, I predict to continue.
Oh, you're good.
And you got Logan Chamberlain versus Matt. Somebody's getting their first win this game. That's fun. Russell Wilson versus San Fran. They got a monster defense. Big old monster D. I'd be afraid if I was Russell.
Monster car.
I love David Montgomery versus the Texans. The Bears want to run the piss out of the ball. I'm sure Monty will probably score if anyone on the Bears scores a touchdown. Derrick Henry versus the Raiders. The Titans look really bad. We'll see how they look versus the Raiders. Alvin Kamara should be back playing Carolina. This is an interesting one. The Colts playing the Chiefs. Juju's playing for the Chiefs. Might cook them. I don't know. This one should be close, I think. I like Matt Stafford more than Russell by a lot because I think Matt Stafford probably throws for 3 touchdowns against Arizona. They don't have like the running bones of the Sean McVay offense anymore, I feel like. They just want to throw it to Cooper Kupp a million times. Yeah, I'm going to go Logan in this one. Quarterback's too big of a gap for me. Is Logan or Matt here? Nope. Fuck them. What do we got? Keaton versus James.
Were y'all talking about me?
Nah.
My phone just died.
Logan
my phone's
Chamberlain
dead.
versus Matt. That was really funny, Nick.
Yeah, my phone's dead. So
You're good.
now it's. How much do you have left?
I just did Logan and Matt, and I finished y'all's. I got three more matchups. Do you want to do it from Griff's phone?
Griff, do you care what you're from your phone? Okay. All right, Griff, we'll be right back. My shit was so dead. It was on the charger and dead at the same time.
Damn, I had never seen that before.
No,
Dying on the charger.
my hole was bad. I have a bad hole.
You have a bad hole.
I
San Fran has a monster D. I said that while you were gone.
I missed out on that joke. Who'd you pick in my matchup? Did you pick me? You better pick me, you fucker.
Yeah, I got you beating Griff. Sorry, Griff. Again.
Well, he can't hear you now. I left the room.
Haha. Now we can talk shit about him.
All right. What are the three of left?
We got.
Also, what was going on while I was gone? Were you like, why isn't he talking to me? Is he?
Yeah, I was like, did I disconnect? Did Nick disconnect? And I asked if anyone could hear me. They could hear me, so I figured it was you.
My shit was dead. All right. Anyways, what do we have left?
We got Keaton versus James. So we're on.
All right, Keaton. Bitches love Bosa.
Oh, Mike Evans is suspended. That's a big
Yeah,
L.
he's in bad shape. If
Spot starting Sterling Shepard. The NFC East matchup with Dallas. That's interesting. Probably not as bad as you would think. If Keenan plays, I definitely think James should win.
Yeah, and I think Keenan has a chance to play this week, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I would lean.
JT versus the Chiefs. They might get boat raced.
I would lean James.
Yeah,
Just
Tyler
based off
Higbee.
wide receivers. But yeah, I would lean James.
You would think AJ Brown has a pretty good game against Washington too.
Yeah, and if Kittle, if James's team is healthy and plays, he wins. But if not, it can be a little bit closer.
Yeah, I think I gotta agree with you on that one. It's not a bad matchup. Also,
No, it's not.
like Green
Just
Bay
sucks
might shit the bed versus Tampa. That's a little suspicious to me.
Yeah, it just sucks that that Keaton's gonna be without like 1, 2, and then 3 starters if you count Godwin.
Yeah.
Like 3 guys that should be starting on his team, he's not gonna have.
Them's the breaks in fantasy, man. The computer thinks he's got a good shot still, for what it's worth.
True.
I was talking to my friend Daryl, who was over at my house the other day, about fantasy football, and he's kind of noobier. And he was like, "Should I start Tua over Josh Allen?" And I was like, "No, bro." He was like, "He got like 50 though," and I was like, "So?"
Very true.
Like
You can't let
fantasy's random, man. Even though these
you can't let last week's stats influence this week's real decisions.
Yeah. Not a lot in your control. You just try and put your best guys in.
All right. Let's keep it moving because I'm using somebody else's phone right now. Like I'm poor.
I heard it vibrate. Griff's getting text messages.
Yeah.
Michael versus Brian. Someone's getting their first loss. Got to take Josh Allen over Green Bay Tom Brady.
Oh yeah.
Damian Pierce might get it going versus Chicago. That's a pretty juicy matchup. It is in Chicago though, which is not great.
Yeah. Michael Pittman should be back. He was turning the right way at the end of last week. Najee against Cleveland, I don't love. It seems like a real grinded out, gross matchup.
Yeah, it seems horrible, actually. I wouldn't be surprised if the teams combined for like 28 points.
A.J. Dillon versus Tampa doesn't inspire a ton of confidence.
No, definitely not. Tampa's got a gnarly D. Stanky.
Michael's wide receivers are just so good. His wide receivers and his quarterback are gonna you could get beat by Cooper Kupp, Amon-Ra, and CD and Josh Allen.
Definitely.
Those four could beat you.
Yeah, Minnesota's kind of a good matchup for sure for Detroit
Yeah,
as well.
I mean, projections are saying, Michael, this is the only 2-0 matchup I think we have this week.
Yeah, I think I'm going Mike here. I'm
I'm gonna lean Mike. Yeah.
RB0 over the 2 RB team. Sad days.
Yeah. All right. Last one.
Yeah, I got Noah versus Alex. Another
that's one.
RB0 team.
Yeah, which is projected to win again against.
Pretty reasonably undefeated so far.
Yeah.
Cam Akers versus Arizona. That's a pretty juicy matchup.
Do you think that? I mean, Jerry Judy's questionable. Jacoby Myers is questionable. I don't know what their deals are, but
This is the first big test for the Jaguars as well this week. I know Noah has 2 of them. So
Yeah.
the Chargers have a legit defense with a very, very scary pass rush, and they could rattle Trevor
The
Lawrence
fuck
for
out of
sure. And
Trevor Lawrence, yeah.
like if they combine for 12 points, I wouldn't be that surprised. Christian
Yeah.
Kirk and Travis Etienne. I'm sure they
Yeah.
probably won't, just because they're both
Good.
great operators close to the line of scrimmage. And if Trevor Lawrence is in trouble, he's probably looking for those guys. But
Yeah.
Antonio Gibson, hopefully he keeps the train rolling for Alex to win.
I don't think he will.
You don't think he will?
Not against Philly either. I think they're going to get behind, and it's going to be a lot of passes. I think it'd be a great week to start a Jahan Dotson, a Curtis Samuel, a Terry McLaurin. I don't think it's a great week to start Antonio Gibson.
Sure. I love the Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase stack versus the Jets. I think that's
you could go
looking
for
like a
60
60
there.
burger between the two of them for sure. And then Kelsey, it just depends how much Mahomes wants to pass it to him, honestly, versus the Colts. I'm sure he's going to have him more than he won't.
Yeah.
And I think
You got
Shaquille
Mark
Leonard is
Andrews.
still out.
You got Mark Andrews against
New England.
New England.
That
too.
sucks because Travis Kelsey's going to be a huge advantage against pretty much everybody except Mark Andrews. Tough matchup for Alex. If Jerry Jeudy doesn't play, he's playing Tyler Lockett, and I guess
Jacoby
Myers or Chris Olave maybe, but
or James Robinson. He could
flex J-Rob.
Flex, yeah. Honestly,
Who would you
there's
start,
a chance
Alex?
I start
You're in
James
here, right?
Robinson over Josh Jacobs.
I want to say right now, well, I don't know. Maybe Jacoby. I'd have to see if Jacoby plays though, because he's questionable.
Okay.
I just said something about not taking last week's production and factoring it into this week's.
But Jacoby's been the target hog in New England.
Right.
I'm talking about James Robinson over Josh Jacobs.
And that's a really bad matchup to have J-Rob. Well, the Chargers have a squishy interior. I don't know. Like I could totally see J-Rob rushing for 100 against the Chargers, honestly.
No.
I could see Myers getting a lot of targets this week. I mean, I know like both Waddle and Tyreek had good games, but I know they're not on the same level as Jacoby. But they could get targets. You never know how it'll work out, I guess. Like I don't expect them getting like a touchdown. But
I mean, I think the Patriots are going to have to throw the ball to beat the Ravens. So
yeah, that is true.
I would be surprised if Jacoby gets 2 touchdowns this year, by the way, Alex. So don't ever expect him to score a touchdown.
Well, he got like 1 last year, didn't he?
Yeah, that was his first one in like 2 full seasons of playing.
Yeah.
I kind of want to pick an upset here and take Alex.
I don't think I can. Justin Jefferson versus Detroit is like a wanting to watch a car wreck. That's going to be
especially after Kirk Cousins having a bad showing in prime time. He's going to show up. And then a noon game. He loves noon games. It's right after church. He's ready to go. He's fired up.
Yeah, no fucking primetime game.
Yeah.
Trey White still has a torn ACL. That's really good for Tyreek Hill. But the Bills' defense is still really good. I don't know. They couldn't contain Tyreek Hill when he was on the Chiefs. I don't think they will be able to against the Dolphins either.
Right now, the easy pick in this matchup is Noah, but I want to take Alex. I really do.
There's the seeds of an upset for sure.
Yeah.
I think I got to take Noah, but I respect
right
the Alex
now,
pick.
I would say Noah is power ranked as the number 1 seed.
I'd probably agree with you. I think any given week he's probably going to beat anyone else.
Both of his running backs have the chance to be very good.
Yeah,
and then the wide receivers and tight end and quarterback are crazy.
If we come back in a month and both of his running backs are RB2s, his team
Scary.
is for sure the best.
Scary hours.
And we're preying on his injuries.
Yeah. We're doing some real voodoo shit on his fucking...
We're manifesting.
On Tyreek Hill's hamstrings.
You don't gotta voodoo that shit. You just gotta look at him the wrong way. He's too explosive, man. He'd always be sitting a couple plays a game.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I got. Do the viewers want to say anything?
I correctly predicted Tyler Lockett's good game.
You did? Did you start him?
No.
No.
But last week, when you asked if I didn't name a breakout player, I was hoping it would be Lockett.
Who did they play? San Fran.
Denver. Oh, San Fran. They played Denver for week 1. Yeah.
11 targets. Wow. I guess if you were gonna pick an underneath target, you'd rather throw it to him underneath than DK. He's too quick. He's a good player. It's just Geno. He's never going to catch the bombs that he would with Russ. And look, you started him now. Chase those points, Alex. Go you.
I'll try.
Go King. That's all I got, I think. I'm glad y'all liked Julio over Irv.
Yeah.
I appreciate the sanity check. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us, guys. See you this time next week.
Bye-bye.
Boy.